all right, big dog's coming. Big dog's back.
You were like, nah, bro. You're like, that's what he gets. He's been talking too much shit lately.
He was. You know what's crazy? Like I was looking online, people was like, "Dude, I don't know why I got teary eyed." I was like, "Bro, I caught myself getting choked up." But I was like, when I was looking at you, I'm like, "Wow!" I'm like, "My chief is back,"
I even said about the
you know,
couch. I was like, don't. If I get this finger all the way up. Yeah, sure enough, he came out.
bro. He came out, bro. He came out. I was sitting there. I was like, I knew it's gonna. I felt it. I was like, bro. I was like, he's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people
I
were
was like,
saying he
dude,
was
he's
going
got
to
to
do it,
come out.
but I was hoping for a little bit more just to have, like I said, Jay come
Yeah,
in,
we just
Jimmy,
needed.
but
But shit, he's coming back on Friday. He's gonna
it's
be
going
on
to be good.
SmackDown on Friday.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But,
We're gonna be waiting to the end like we usually do.
exactly. Let's go ahead and kick this one off again with It Was a Two podcast.
It was a
So,
two.
what we're going to do today is, how do you feel about tag teams?
We can do tag teams
All
again.
right, let's do tag teams. Let's do the Mount Rushmore of that one. I think that one's going to be a little tough. But, tag teams have been always fun, especially like when you grow up in school. You got your friends. It's like, oh, we're a tag team. I don't know how many times we always said that. Let's be a tag team and do
Oh
this. And
yeah.
who are we going to be? So it's always been cool to do that. And I think that's what the history of wrestling, WWE, WCW. Tag teams are great. There ain't too many that are authentic to where that's who they truly are because everyone wants to be like on their own. But
But
if we go through, I got a list here. And if I was going to say who I thought was an original tag team for sure, I would say Steiner Brothers starts off the list. What do you think?
yes, sir. That was my that was my first two. That
Mm-hmm.
I saw that I was like, oh yeah. But they were brothers. They were like first of all, so
That
that
was
was
yeah,
like, oh yeah, it's perfect. This is going to be perfect to be tag team partners. They've been around each other. They've been beating each other up probably their whole lives
of
wrestling.
course.
So, and obviously they're wrestlers too.
Mm-hmm.
For University of Michigan. So
Yeah, legit
that was
wrestlers.
huge.
And
Hmm.
again, I think our lists always talk about what influenced us or what stood out big. They were the first ones. Came to the ring. Came to the ring with ring attire, like the true wrestling. The
Yeah,
spandex, every single thing. And one of the things that tripped me out was like,
singlets.
this is a full grown man who's on his knees barking like a dog. Like, hey,
Barking like a dog.
like,
Roof, roof, roof.
like what's going on? But
Running around the ring. Roof, roof,
that's
roof,
right
roof,
on. Yeah,
roof. Like really barking. And wearing wrestling hair gear. I was like, man, I thought he was insane, bro. I was like,
exactly.
man.
And then
I
you
was like,
even
oh. I was
go
like,
back to it,
don't fuck with him.
dude. Scott Steiner just was still ripped
Yeah,
back then.
still, bro. He was pumped
Still,
back then, bro.
even then,
He was a genetic freak, bro.
he truly
For
was,
for
man.
life.
And then
You're like, dude, he was still, yeah.
think about the video game that we always talk about. That was it. WCW. Was it Revenge?
Revenge was the second one, but I remember. Yeah, I think they had
No
even.
Mercy.
I think even the first one that was World Tour.
Road Tour.
They
Sorry.
let
Yes,
he made the noise in World Tour,
he
and that was
did.
like the first. You know what I mean?
Because I didn't even
They
have
still they knew
noises
that
back
was
then.
part of it, right? But they made that noise for him. They
Exactly.
made it for Rick.
But he didn't just even bark. That fool walked around. I think he pissed on the ring post wherever you put
Yeah,
your
yeah,
little
that was his
stick.
taunt, man.
That was
That was great.
stick
That's
to it.
what, especially get
But
a special going.
yeah,
Damn.
but they were one of the first that was a legit tag team that that's who they really were, and they worked great together. And their finishing move that was great as well. That took a lot of effort.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's easy to do. That if you were to become a wrestler, I think who said it? Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin. You got to pick a finisher that you could do to everybody, and that's also easy
Right.
on your body though too. So,
Yep.
Sean probably had the smartest one, but
The
uh,
super kick, bro. The
that's probably
sweet
the
chin
easiest.
music.
Now everyone steals it though,
Yeah.
so but yeah, I
Everybody
would
does it.
say,
It's a setup move now.
but I think they're pretty good to be our number one. So,
Mm.
but they did they no did they never wrestled on in WWE WWF?
Yeah, they did.
Did
They
they
came
really?
over. They did come over. Yeah, they won the championship there for.
Dude, where was
They
I
were there
at?
for like a year though. That was early. It was the early '90s, bro. I want to say, well, what year was that? Like '94 or so. I gotta.
So this is before they became huge in WCW.
It's no when they went back because they're already huge in WCW, but they left
Damn,
for a minute. They left for a minute. I'm trying to. When
I
did they
cannot remember
go?
this for the life of me. I only remember
So
them
this
being in
90.
WCW.
They were. I remember when they were in 90. I remember when they went to WWE. You know. Oh, they were there for 2 years. Excuse me.
Wow. And
Yeah.
they have the title.
Well, no. Scott Steiner had the. He had the television title. He
Oh,
had the
okay.
TV championship before. So, and yep. They said they debuted December 21st on 92. Primetime wrestling.
Oh, wow. That's a long
Yep.
time ago, man.
Long time, bro. Yeah, I said 92, bro. What? We was shit. Six. We were six. So,
Wow. That's a long time. Yeah. But, like I said,
those are
they're
they were at the
legit. They can't.
they
Oh,
were
they had
at
Letterman jackets, too, huh?
yep. And the big thing about it, was that's what they were saying, they emphasized that more
Mm-hmm.
in WWE about them, or WWF,
Right.
in the Federation,
It's funny, though, because you always
But
mention to me, you're like, all the characters, same shit.
mm,
It comes back full circle. And they don't
oh
even
yeah,
reinvent the wheel. It just comes back, wait for it to come back. So right now it would be the Creed brothers that are almost the same exact
yeah,
thing, right? I mean, they're bigger, but they're
right.
pretty good wrestlers. Well, now they're with what's his name?
They got him with Gable,
Yeah, Chad. Chad.
ready, willing, and Gable.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
good though, man. I like his character.
He's good,
He's,
man.
he's a
He's
good
so good
heel.
that he makes you hate him.
Yeah, he
He
does.
makes you hate him. It's
All right,
awesome.
all right, man. So that's a solid number one for both of us. Who would you say is your, let's say, number two?
My number two, I was gotta say, put the Dudley Boys, man.
Yeah.
They were so, man, just the innovative, man. Violent, violent. Yeah, testify, testify. Yes, brother, testify.
Dude,
Bro, the
they
Dudley
were
Boys,
great.
man, and that they were great for television, bro. Like anytime you saw, they wrestled stiff as hell, stiff.
Super
They
stiff.
real wrestlers, super stiff, bro. They're real wrestlers, bro. Like coming from they're old school,
They got the
but
CVS
they were
receipts.
entertaining, man. The 3D, that was one of the greatest moves. That yeah, you talk
Oh
about
yeah,
finishers ever, the 3D. Oh man,
perfect
and then
timing.
yeah, just like dude, just to do that,
Mm-hmm.
you had to be on cue. Like you knew they
Yeah,
were on point.
exactly.
And Bubba Ray and the Trance, bro, he was out there
His eyes get all big.
tables.
Just get the tables.
May Young,
Oh,
RP,
man,
testify,
I can't believe
RP, man.
she was probably the dopest
Well, like,
down
we not
wrestler
mention
ever.
her, and I forgot to mention her in the goddamn honorable
I
mention.
know.
Shit, she was
I
still taking it, bro.
still
Shit, put her number one on the list, bro. She was 60, still taking bumps, bro.
exactly. Oh, dude, I love the Dudley
You know?
Boys. That's my number two as well. They were just.
Yeah,
It was really tough for me to think about who am I going to put on there because they're with Edge and Christian. They're with the Hardy
yeah.
Boys because of the ladder, chair, tables, every single thing
The
you could think of
TLC,
was
yeah,
crazy with them. But I think they brought a little bit more to the table with just their characters and working together. Like I always felt
oh yeah,
Edge and Christian were great, but you knew Edge kind of started to outshine Christian too much. Hardy Boys were amazing too, though.
yeah.
So that's hard for me to even say Dudley. But I don't know.
Right,
Something about the
but
Dudleys
you
were just
always know.
more crazy, a little bit
Yeah,
more.
they felt honestly, they felt like they were never gonna break up as a tag team.
Hmm.
Like they felt like they were gonna be a forever tag team.
Exactly. It also felt
Like
too.
you said with the other ones, they felt like you seen one or other one was gonna take. Like we saw what they did with Jeff Hardy.
Hmm.
Bam, they shot him to the.
The other
And
guy
same
though.
thing with Edge. Same thing with Edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with Matt, he didn't do too good.
No.
You know what
Shit,
the Dudleys though?
they just let Christian go, bro. They let Christian go. He just like, well, oh, okay, bye.
Bye, man.
Like,
I would say the Dudleys though is
but
the
yeah,
reason why I picked them. They didn't fit the mold also of just like the super ripped. I mean, Devon
right,
he's a big boy too, but he's not the
yeah,
biggest one. And he was competing. They were both competing with two super agile, pretty young kids. Edge and Christian
oh
and
yeah,
Matt and Jeff, but they held their own. They managed to do
yes
it
sir,
themselves. Even that being that big, and they would take dives, and they're amazing too, man. So I gotta give them
hell yeah.
their props on that one.
And the what's up? You know what I'm saying? And
That's
Devon
right.
coming off the top rope, bro. Like that's
They're
top
great.
rope. They were great, bro.
Yeah. So all right, man. So we're off to a good start. So we got one and
Yep.
two. We got the Steiners, and we got Dudley Boys. For number three, I'm trying to think of who I would put for number three because we're getting already close to the end. I would have to say, for more of my, again, childhood, just keeping me entertained, I had to go with the New Age Outlaws. Not that I thought they were the
Okay.
best in the ring, not that they worked super great. It was just, I don't know, just that age of the Attitude Era. I thought they were hilarious, and they brought it to the table with DX. And I don't know, they're a part of certain things, like when they made fun of the Nation domination. They're just hilarious. The Road Dog, his intro, and I think that's one of the big things.
Yes.
If you could get people to care about you before you even start wrestle, your entrance, and
Mhm.
listen to him on the mic, and then everyone's repeating exactly what he's saying, and Mister Ass as well.
Yep.
They're great, and then just their fuse they had with Cactus Jack. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
And good old Terry
yeah,
Funk, Chainsaw Charlie.
Chainsaw Charlie. Yeah, like still doing it at 95 back then too, man.
Bruh, he was 95 then, bruh. Yeah, I'm telling you,
What
OG.
it,
Super OG.
when he went into the dumpster,
Oh
they put
man,
both
they
of them
took
in
that
there,
fucking
and that was
yeah,
it. Over the top
and they
of
threw
the
their
ramp.
ass off the stage. I couldn't believe that shit, bro. I was like, man, I'm like, holy shit, they're real. I was like, "Oh, these
Exactly.
guys are real. That you got to take them serious, bro. They ain't fucking around. Like, and
I
they
think
became they
that was the same night, or it was at least pretty close. They ended up joining DX, right?
DX like right out. Yeah, I feel like it was right after that. I think
Exactly.
after that they
Yeah.
joined. They was all like, yeah, you guys kind of. We say they saw them doing their own thing. It
Hmm.
was like, oh yeah, it's time
But
because
they,
you saw that they had a little bit. They would have a little bit of interaction every once in a while,
yeah, they
but
would.
they see it, yeah.
But
But
they
it
had
was
a
cool.
decent run. I mean, if I
Oh
look
hell yeah!
back at it, I think they. I was
They
watching
shit. They were in
documentaries like,
DX. They were real. That was the real DX for a long time.
yeah,
You know, think about it.
but
They were in there longer
the
than Rick Rude
run,
was. So.
shit, Rick Rude. Hey, that's the only guy that could appear at Nitro and
He was
Raw at the same day.
Nitro and Raw the same night, brother. Yeah.
That's
And
a
they
work
said he was in
ethic.
ECW too. I was
Dang.
like, oh shit. He was everywhere.
But I don't think they held it. I mean, they held the title right for a good while, but I don't think the run was super long in general, though.
I think they had like a couple of because runs weren't that long at that time. Everybody switched. They switched up to Attitude Era. That's what I remember about the Attitude Era. People didn't have long runs. It switched a
Nah,
lot.
because people were just fighting. If you have the belt, then you're on to the next thing. Even as shit tag team
Yeah,
title, you're good, and they think they could use you as a solo act. Bye, Christian.
man, that was it. Bye, bye. Right, that was it.
Got it. So who would be your number three?
So I had Harlem Heat as my number three.
Nice man.
Because ended up picking them because they were didn't realize they had the most championships in WCW history. So
Oh
tag
really?
team championship. So yeah, which is
Damn.
huge. So and growing up, I didn't see too many uh, black tag teams that won championships. You know what I mean? You would see them on there, but you really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You would see him wrestle, but you didn't really see him compete for a championship. And these guys,
Right.
and to see what Booker T did, look at King Booker. We knew all and everything. Gianna, okay, but just to see everything. I remember him doing the Harlem Hangover, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was another thing. Finding out they were from Texas in real life, but they were saying they were from I was 157th Street of
Yep.
Harlem or something like that. I was like, oh, these guys ain't playing, bro. Yeah, everything you knew, we knew Harlem was hard back in the day. So
Yeah,
that
of
was the early
course.
'90s. What we know about Harlem is there's drugs
Yep.
and there's drug dealers. This is going down. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
heat.
So he's like,
Straight
oh, they're
heat.
from Harlem. It's Harlem Heat. Oh, it's over.
Exactly.
I remember seeing, and the costumes, man, the flame costumes,
Mm-hmm.
dope, hella
That
dope. You
was.
know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
and then Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you.
we had
Okay,
yeah, we can't say that. We get fucking taken down in a second on YouTube. But
yeah, no,
that's gonna live on there forever. Just oh god, what did I say?
live on, yes, sir.
But
He's probably saying it now.
oh, but when I used to play the game, like we talked about again, going back to Revenge, I would always be them as well. Or even when you're gonna create your own character, the best
You
you could
got
do.
raising the roof, bro. Raising the
Exactly. You
roof.
still got to choose their same extra same outfits and just change the colors a little bit, keep the flames. She was dope. It was a nice
It
outfit.
was dope, bro. That was what I really loved about Revenge. That was like really the first game that you could customize.
Hmm. It
You could
wasn't even
change the
that much,
colors of
but
the
you
whole
felt like
outfit.
you were a wrestler.
Felt like you could do so much, bro.
You
So
could.
much. It was just like, dude, yeah, like you could switch outfit to the. And usually, what was cool about it, like, oh damn, he wore this other day. I'm gonna switch it to that. Like,
Hmm.
it was just a simple color palette. Cause they ain't changed it too much back then either. So it was like, yeah, like, look, I did just like he did the other day too,
I
bro.
know. I was trying to think, could you even change their hair at all? I don't think so.
No, hell no. You couldn't change your hair or nothing like that. It was just colors of the outfit. That was it.
I'm trying to think. Could you? You couldn't even do their body bigger?
Now,
And No Mercy,
I
or
don't think they start adding that till later on.
oh
Or
man,
no, what game was that? Unless that was one of the old school acclaim ones, like Attitude or
oh
something.
yeah. So I remember I used to play with my cousin all the time. It just we all shit. You play too with
Hell yeah, I
so
used to be at their house,
WrestleMania,
bro.
No
WrestleMania.
Mercy,
Nah,
Revenge,
that was
all
some of my
those.
favorite. Yeah,
Shoot, we're gonna have to do a
that
podcast
was
on
all the
just
ones like
64,
THQ.
64
Dude, I'm
games.
telling you, I had my '64 shirt on the other day. I got one still.
Still the greatest.
Hell yeah.
So all right, so we got one, two, three. Man, this goes by quick. Um,
Who's your third?
my third was the Outlaws.
Oh yeah, he did say that
Yeah.
outlaw. That was right. That was right. So
So you go ahead and
your fourth.
continue then on your fourth, actually. Who would you pick? It's the last one. There's still a lot of good teams, so.
There's a lot of good teams, and I like, you know what? I feel like I'm about to change my mind right at the end.
It's tough, huh?
uh, it is, but um, I was choosing. I picked the New Day. I
Okay.
ended up picking the New Day.
Nice, man.
You know, they're they're entertaining. You know what I'm saying? They weren't your stereotypical, you know, um, they're not your stereotypical black guys that have,
Right.
you know, they weren't the big meat like Big E's big and buff, but you know, COVID, they were fun loving and had a good
Oh, yeah.
time, like the positive pop, you know,
Big time.
the positive power of positivity. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
AKA pop. You know what I'm saying? And the pop was huge for them, brother.
Oh, big time.
Huge.
Big time. It
They
still
were
is,
they were
though.
so over. Bootios, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? The series, bro, they really branched off and did everything. They did cartoons, video game,
Right.
everything, bro. What I man, the fact that we can relate to them, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
really loved about them in real life. You know, they're you know they love like they really I can relate to the New Day because I feel like we come from that generation too. They're into
Exactly.
the same things like you know video games.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up in that, huge video game fans. Anime a little bit. I
Yep.
was in Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
I was huge into that. They
Oh, of
wore Dragon
course.
Ball Z costumes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
They got the sneakers, everything, pretty much.
everything, brother. So they and it's just they're good in the ring. They're
Yeah.
talented. You know what I'm saying? Kofi Kingston, you know, and all of them except for Xavier Woods, but he was king of the ring.
True.
Um,
That's very
Big E
accomplished.
and Kofi Kingston both were WWE champions.
And that's two of three of history.
Two of the three. Okay, now.
That's
Okay,
huge,
two.
man.
That's huge.
That is
That's
really big.
huge. So for me, I felt, and then they had the longest reigning. They had the longest reigning run on Raw as Raw Tag Team Champions for like 400 days or 480 something days.
Yeah,
I
that's a long
forgot.
time.
So
But
long time.
I could have swore you
Yeah.
were. I think you were telling me a long time ago when we were just talking. They were. There was something about the ability to be able to defend your title using another
Yep.
team member, right?
Yeah, they were the one that they utilized the Freebird rule, which was
That's
something
what it
that you
was.
know the fabulous they called the Freebird rule. So they were that stable, any of them could tag with each other. But like you said, most of the time you saw Kofi and Big E. But so you got your powerhouse
Mm-hmm.
and your high flyer kind of
Yeah.
as usual. Your typical in wrestling you got that
Exactly.
usually.
Yeah.
Um, but I've seen them tag team where it was Kofi. Well, currently the current rendition of them is Kofi and just
Yeah.
Xavier. Because Big E's out right
That's
now.
it. Hey, I don't
And
think he's coming back ever. Unfortunately.
I don't think he is either, bro. Unfortunately, he goes, what's the name? What's that dude? He's not even wrestling anymore right now.
The one who broke
The
his neck,
brawling
right?
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he's out too. I don't know if he really. But
That sucks, man. He was having a great. He was really getting up there big time. I mean,
oh
he
yeah, he
became
was yeah
champion, but
great.
still, like he
He
still
was
was.
yeah.
I was still waiting for the heel turn. Shit.
I was, you know what I'm saying?
But
But yeah,
that's part of the
that was
yeah, that's part of the business.
yeah, sacrifice for it. I mean, it's crazy just to see how he went. It's just like, dude, you tell a dude botched it. You know,
Oh,
I
big
can't
time.
think of his. I can't think of his name
Just
right now,
fuck
but
it.
you know,
Just
his
say Goldberg.
motherfucker. Fuck,
Goldberg would have done it anyways, man. Just say Goldberg.
nah, fuck, cause he was that wasn't the front. Ridge Holland. I was like, why I can't remember his name. Ridge Holland. I remember.
Yeah,
Old Ridge.
man.
He broke. Remember, I don't know if he saw when he dropped the other dude from Pretty Deadly on the shoulder.
Yep. Dude, it was
You
horrible.
forget, you know, it's Elton Strong. You know what I'm saying? I love I love them, bro.
Do you really?
Like that. I love them, bro, because like they're goofy, bro.
They
They're
are
goofy,
really
but
goofy.
look at their name's called Pretty Deadly.
They're
But if you actually watch them wrestle, when they wrestle, they
good.
do some maneuvers that are like that. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like you think that like it's
Right.
like the Zoolander thing, bro. It's like
It is like
they look
Zoolander.
all pretty, but they're doing some deadly ass. I'm like, dude, this is perfect. This is
Exactly.
great.
No, they're
They're
good.
wearing bralettes and shit. Like that part, I could, but it's funny. But it's
Giving
like,
Seth
okay,
Rollins a
I
run for
see
his
what you.
money.
Man, I'm telling you, that shit. That go say. That's what it was. That's who he starts styling himself on. They
There
talking
you
about
go.
Becky.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty deadly. Get him over. They got
Got
him
it.
over.
Yeah,
He's that
man.
shit is over. Just bring out the disco ball. This is a wrap.
Might as well
And
have
I love the fact that they got the disco ball.
shoot, bring back Disco Inferno as their manager.
I'm saying, bro.
WCW got some characters, bro.
That's a character.
Uh,
I'll never forget that time. Alex Wright, his
Alex Wright.
partner. He was,
Dude. What was he supposed to be
yeah,
like?
remember I
Just a
flipped him off them?
German disco
Just,
as well?
bro,
Red thing. But yeah, I
basically,
remember
their
you.
techno shit. He came out that motherfucker because hey, he shouldn't have did. He did this to us, bro. He
I
did that
know.
to all of us. We were saying to you, your dad, but
But
Nick,
yeah.
Chris was there,
Yeah, man.
you know. And then I was like, I know what this means. I'm like, you did those,
Dude, you were like,
Stone
shoot,
Cold, and their dad was
11
like,
years old,
yeah, and I was like,
11, 12 maybe? You were
12, I
so
think
pissed off.
so. I was over there. I was like,
This guy.
hot. Cause I was like, dude, I was like, hold on. I was like, I know this is the same.
I,
This means the same thing as this, so it doesn't matter. I was like, oh, you give me this, hell, we're flipping the bird, brother. We was over
I
there
did feel
stone
like he
cold.
singled you out, though. I think he singled you out, of
he
all people.
might have. He
All
might
right.
have.
All right. So that was a good pick, though. That's probably one of the most accomplished tag teams, regardless of not even just them winning, but like just their careers themselves. Big E,
Yeah.
Kofi, King of the Ring with Xavier. So yeah, dude, that's a great pick. My last one's tough because I want to put so many different people in there. Because again, who influenced you? Who did good? Who did you watch?
Yeah.
But the next one I think I'll put in there. I watched them. I'm not gonna pretend I bought their shirts as a kid or anything, but I did want to buy one accessory from them. That was the shoulder pads with the spike, and of course, that's the Legion of Doom.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
Yes, sir.
seeing them came out, those look like badass dudes. Face paint, shaved head,
Bro.
mohawk on the other guy. And just, again, the
Yeah.
attire was great. And
Yep.
then,
Animal and Hawk, bro, and it's crazy. I just remember their theme song. Oh, what a rush! And then it came on
exactly.
heavy metal.
Ding. It was great.
It's just, bro, just like, oh my man, my favorite. Yeah, so I'll cut you
No,
off
no,
on that, but
dude,
I'm
go
talking
ahead and
about
finish that one.
SummerSlam '92,
Yeah, I
bro.
bet
That's
you,
my favorite
yeah,
entrance. They came in on the motorcycles,
exactly.
dog.
That
Yeah,
was one
SummerSlam
of the first to
'92,
do
the
it.
motorcycles with and they had the gold,
Mm-hmm.
shoulder pads. It was so clean. I was like, man, but we don't talk about the match though. The entrance is great, but
The matches
you
are
know,
great as well. And, dude, they're both
yeah,
strong. Animal, Hawk,
strong as hell, bro. And
super
then I don't know
strong,
if
bro.
you ever did you watch the Dark Side of the Wrestling on them?
Yeah, and that's what I think led me to pick them
Ooh.
as number 4 because he went through some dark times.
Dark times, bro.
Dark
But think
times.
about when they dark times, man. And then good old Vince. He good exploiting people. He did it. Shit, he's been telling his life story the whole time, bro. He got caught up for it later on, but basically he told it on camera already, bro.
He's so bad. He's probably telling them in the back,
Bro,
"This is your therapy. This is
wrestling is real.
free therapy for you." And just in the back, just counting. Damn, Vince is evil. He's a horrible piece of shit.
Money bags, bro.
But their finishing move.
That's it.
Again, I go back
Yes.
every single time to not just the finishing move, but it's who did I play in the video game and which finisher did I use as a tag team? And theirs was boom. Every time I could do something, put the guy on the shoulder, the other guy, boom, clothesline off. What was it?
Boom.
Doomsday.
Doomsday device.
Doomsday device. That's a sick ass name too for a finisher.
It is, and then every time if you didn't flip over right, bro, that's right. Easy to land. Ooh.
But you could see though back in the day the old school wrestlers. I'm not talking about old, but like let's just say even Hogan, Macho, but like Legion of Doom. Those fools, like I said, they didn't just keep a receipt. They kept like a CVS size receipt of shit you have done, and they will drop you on your head on purpose for sure. Like who was it? Hawk. Hawk is the one who has to push them up, right? As they're getting hit.
Yeah.
So he kind of has to give them that extra little push. But if he didn't like you, he just and then boom, you fall on your neck, and it's like, hey, shit happens. But especially the jobbers. Imagine what that was like back then to be a jobber. Back in the old days, how
just getting killed, you got paid to get killed, bro.
Legit killed.
I know you was getting paid shit. You weren't getting paid shit. They didn't care about them guys, bro. Back then.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Job, bring them in. That enhancement talent.
Exactly. And Vince probably screwed them too.
We're rolling into the city. Who wants to come wrestle for us this week? Yeah. we got $100 for you to jump in the ring for like 4 minutes, bro.
Damn, that was great though. But yeah, they were legit one of the first. Steiner Brothers were original, and then I think they were my second one that I saw that stood out because they were opposite of Steiner. Steiner's were straight wrestling gear, but the Legion of Doom came out with some badass attire, as you said. Theme song was off the. They were great. They beat you down. They had a lot of good feuds as well too.
Hella feuds, especially they had that one with Demolition. That was like basically their copycat. They both had the face paint too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was what's that group called? The singers, the band that's like them. Is it Kiss?
Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss, right? Yeah, same exact thing. But I mean, overall, I think that's a pretty good list that we got. But I think what we should do, just like we did with the Women's Mount Rushmore, if we got 4 solid ones, who would you say right now, regardless of accomplishments and all that, just off the top of your head, who would be your 5th spot, like an honorable mention again?
Ooh, who did I mention?
Well, we still got, I'll just throw out some names. You still got Edge and Christian, as we talked about. You still got the Hardys.
Yeah, I did talk about them. I was actually probably the Hardys.
Think
Hardy
so?
Boys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think I got to put them there too.
They were,
Yeah, man.
You got to mention the Hardy Boys and probably Edge and Christian if that was going to be. Because, I mean, I feel like you can't really mention the Dudleys without mentioning Edge and Christian and the Hardys. TLC, that they're going to be forever tied together. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, they all were awesome, too. They all actually, like,
right.
They all were awesome. They wouldn't just be, you need to have good people.
You have to have somebody. Yep. You got to have somebody to work with.
You're only as good as your opponent.
Yeah.
And when it comes to wrestling.
And again, I love Christian as like a wrestler. He's great, like technical wise, and great. He's good on the mic. He's perfect. Awesome. But I think Edge just ran with a solo career really kind of quick, and he blew up big. You know what I mean? So he kind of left him.
I think they gave him that gimmick, bro. The rated R superstar, bro. That's
I don't blame him, but it's just like Matt and Jeff. They gave Jeff the push.
Rated R superstar, and that was during like what was that during that? That was during the Ruthless. Was that
Ruthless Aggression? It's like right before. It was kind of like in the middle.
They went
a little
bit.
Right? Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's supposed to change though, starting January when they go to Netflix.
Man,
supposed to bring back R and all that. So we'll see what happens.
Man, I've noticed on USA they don't blank off the curse words when the fans are cheering.
I know.
Anymore. You hear it now. So
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's
I would get pissed off. I would tell people, dude, shut up. I'm missing. I can't hear anything because they block out everything on TV. I can't hear anything.
Like, bro, they're over there cursing during the, and now during the what's the name? on Raw, shit, on SmackDown, on Fox, they were almost even when they were cursing or if they said some,
Mm-hmm.
you could read somebody's lips, they blanked out the whole screen. Like, bro, what happened? Like,
That's right. Big old. Just, oh, come on, man.
big old black screen. I'm like, did my power go out? What happened? You know, I know I lose no connection. No, that's just it.
Dude, so I
Big
mean,
ass sound gap.
I think for sure I'm gonna have to go with Edge and Hardy Boys as well. But
Mm,
looking at this list, there's I wrote down a lot of names, but it doesn't mean that they
yeah.
were long together. They even had a run because, for instance, like you think as a kid, like who would be a good tag team if they teamed up together? They destroy everybody, right? And I think we'd be like,
Yeah.
shit, give us the Undertaker and give us Kane, they'd be
Or the
unstoppable.
Brothers Destruction. They
Oh
were
yeah,
it happened. They
it
did it.
happened.
They gave it.
Yeah,
It happened, and they were indestructible for a
for a little
long
bit.
time.
And then think about the same thing. Who's old school? And you went with Macho and Hulk Hogan,
Yep.
the Mega
Yep. That was
Powers.
the Mega Powers. Yes, sir.
So I got
You got to think about all those old shit. You got the Rocket Stock connection.
Rocket Sock
Yeah, they
Connection.
won. They won the championship together.
Dude, one of the
Fucking, I
greatest.
forgot.
Go
You know
ahead.
what? I forgot Stone Cold and fucking Dude Love won the championship
That's
together.
right. It's like
Stone Cold, yeah, bro. Stone Cold and Triple H, 2-man power trip. You
exactly.
know, they champion. Stone Cold has hell of tag team
He
championships,
does.
bro.
He actually really does.
Hell of champ, hell of them.
But what about shoot another one that's actually solid? Outsiders.
Yes, sir.
That's a
Yes,
solid tag team.
you can't. Yeah, solid, bro. I
And
mean, they teamed up more. They teamed up in WCW, but
oh
yeah,
yeah,
they were legit. They won the championship when there. They went over there,
they were
and
great.
yes,
They
sir.
worked really good together. It was nice to
Yeah, they
see.
did.
And they together they took down Goldberg finally.
Fight it.
But you know what?
Take
I was just thinking right now.
Taser.
I was looking at my
Gang,
list
gang,
and I
gang,
just
gang.
started busting up, man. One of the greatest creations of a tag team that just that fit perfectly was the was it the Natural Disasters?
Bro, yes.
Is that
Fucking
what?
Tugboat and fucking
Typhoon and
it was
Earthquake.
Tugboat.
Yeah, Tugboat.
Yeah, but he was Tugboat. But I
Mm-hmm.
remember watching when he was Tugboat and Earthquake, and they had a fight against each other, and then they was like, you know what?
Put them
Fucking
together.
make them team up with each other.
Natural
Dude, the natural
Disasters.
disasters, bro.
Dude, their entrance was
Fucking,
great too. The theme song.
bro. Yep.
So
It sounded like shit was like earthquake going on. It sounded like the shit was rocking, bro. It sounded like, bro, it sounded like they were walking down the street and that shit was really shaking for real. It's kind of like the Brothers of Destruction after a while. Think about it. They're like,
yeah.
hey, man, boom. But also, I don't know if you know, you see that a lot with people. They'll make them wrestle each other and then they'll tag team them
Mm-hmm.
together.
Oh yeah, big time.
The
That's,
Street Profits, that's how they started.
they used to wrestle each other.
They wrestled each other in NXT, and I used to look at what's his name. I'm like, bro, he's Montez is a
Oh, Montez is
star,
good.
bro. He's been good since NXT. He was that nigga then.
Oh, for
Like, bro,
sure.
like he was, bro. I can't wait till they give him it. Like, I know, like when they split them up, they haven't split them up yet. They're gonna split them up
Soon,
eventually,
it's
but
coming.
it's
The
coming. But bro, they're gonna give him a run. It's a wrap.
you know
He does
who
everything.
you know who we forgot to even mention the Hart Foundation.
Cool. I mentioned. I thought I mentioned them.
Did we? Okay.
Well, they were no. They were actually on my. I'm actually gonna throw them in as for a faction.
Oh, okay. That's yeah.
I'm gonna throw them in for a faction.
But it was
But at the time, well, it just
Bret
Jim
Hart,
Neidhart
right?
and Bret Hart.
Yeah. So
That
they were
was
the
the
tag team.
original tag team.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? The reason why I didn't add them. I mean, I know that's who we saw, but they only were a tag team for
Really? Like a little bit?
literally like a year,
Damn.
like 2 years, bro. Yeah, it was a short, but it was a short reign. But I remember that I just remember watching motherfucker. I remember Jim Neidhart that
Uh,
that motherfucking bro grabbing it, like you know what I mean. So
see. I wrote some stuff down. So we
I
got the
was just looking. I
Usos.
got the wikis up. I almost mentioned them.
That's a legit tag team. You got the
Legit tag team. They're twin brothers. You know what I
and
mean? Yeah.
not that they were that good, but the Nasty Boys. They were a tag team. They
They
were
were just
famous.
iconic, bro. They were
Iconic, yeah.
iconic.
That's more what I was
Yeah.
guess. Rated RKO. You got the Rockers. You got the
Hmm.
Bushwhackers.
Yep, they're iconic.
Yeah,
The gimmicks, man.
the
It was just
wild,
like, 90s gimmicks wrestling.
wild Samoans.
Wild Samoans. That's
They're up there.
before. See, yeah, but I see. So I don't know. Do you remember the head shrinkers?
Oh yeah,
That was Rikishi and Sam Fatu, who was he was part of
true.
he was part of the other one with he was with Haku as I
Ah,
forgot what they were but their kids just became the Chag champs the other day.
yeah, man, that's
Uh,
crazy.
Crazy,
Generational talent for sure.
bro. They got a whole lineup. All of them wrestle. Like, bro.
Non-stop.
They said, bro, the bloodline could go on forever. I'm like, no bullshit. It really will. Like, they might be the most. I don't know why we didn't pick up. They might be the most dominant fucking faction in the. I mean,
Just like we said
yeah.
with
Think about it. Who was the first bloodline member that went Yokozuna.
True. Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to do another tag team again for
Yeah.
the new generation because they're coming up again, which is nice. So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens. But
they started concentrating on it again. I've noticed that in NXT, and I was like, yeah, I love that.
yeah,
I love that.
but overall, I
And
mean that
that's when they
was
really had.
a good list, though. No,
I think it was. I feel fair, and I feel it's fair.
it's still pretty tough to make a legit list because, as you mentioned, like sometimes they were together, but they didn't really wrestle that long. Because I could have swore Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart were a lot longer, but damn.
Bruh, like we weren't old enough to see that shit. Like they wrestled at, they were like at WrestleMania 2, I guess. And they wrestled together for like 2 years.
Okay, that's not that long.
That's not that long.
Got it. Yeah, man. So that was a pretty good list. I think it was legit. It's best as that we're going to be able to get. Not that many
Yes, sir.
people wrestle that long together, so it's tough to find the ones that are not gimmicks, as you mentioned. But overall, man, enjoy the time again with you, sir. So thank you very
Yes, sir.
much.
As usual.
For
Thank you.
everyone out there, this was a 2 podcast.
It was a 2.
So, man, until next time, appreciate it, brother.